I think what makes her such a great coach is she sees something above just the game in volleyball. She knows that in order for us to be successful each year, it's gonna take more than just like the hard work. Of course, we put in a lot of hard work, but she makes sure that we are a team first and that like we are all doing well mentally and that we're playing together.
What makes Coach Bush so good at her job is that she really cares about all the players. And she really tries to make it a fun learning environment. And it's not about, she doesn't make you do a lot of conditioning and stuff. She wants you to play the game and you have a deep love for the game. And that's how you get better and how you get your conditioning and all that stuff. It's all about playing volleyball. It's not about, being miserable and all that stuff. It's really about just having fun and like getting better and enjoying your teammates and stuff like that.
Well, I have to credit my daughter, Corey, for bringing me here. She was at middle school at Marist, and that's where I was at the time, coaching volleyball and doing very similar administrative work. And after touring all the schools, by far Pace was her #1 choice. Pace was also looking for a volleyball coach. So I waited a year, and then Corey's sophomore year, that's when I came to Pace.
First off, we didn't know anybody. The minute we walked in the gym, we didn't know a single name. We had to get to know the players. That took a little bit of time. And we didn't really know where the program was going, how serious people wanted to be.
Well, Chris Palmerton, who was the athletic director at the time, gave me some very good advice. He said, just steady the ship.
I feel like there was a feeling that this team would be great in the future. Our first season was very rough.
I think the first year we won 2 matches. So I had to come up with a lot of different vocabulary for the girls and trying to find victories inside all of these losses.
We kept getting better every year, and honestly, we had really good players. And we just had to put all the pieces together, which I think Anna did a great job putting the pieces together every year.
I mean, there was just a lot of, it was like we created this momentum, and these girls were having a good experience, and it still was a process. I mean, it was 4 or 5 years before I think we made it into the state tournament.
But every year it kept getting a little bit better. In my junior year, we made it to the state playoffs. We didn't make it to the state championship, but we made it to, I think, the Sweet 16. And then my senior year, we made it to the Elite 8.
Ironically, that was like the first time I remember crying because we had come such a long way.
The first state championship, we really came to win. I felt like the first time we got to the finals, we were really excited to be in the finals. We knew we'd be competitive.
When you win a state championship, there is a sense of togetherness that you don't feel in any other kind of thing. Just winning something like that with a group of people in a sport like volleyball, where you're just so dependent on each other to do well, is something so special, and you just feel like the biggest connection to everyone around you that you'll ever feel in your whole life.
I just remember everybody rushing the floor, and I was crying. Even my assistant coach, Scott, he was just sitting there on the bench in tears. I still get choked up thinking about it. It was a surreal and incredible experience.
It was my last year playing volleyball, or so I thought, and Coach Bush tried to talk me down. I was freaking out, and she was like, "It's okay, take a deep breath, you're here to have fun." And I think that just really encapsulates what playing for Pace was like.
The next few people started to expect it, which put a little more pressure. And I think right up a couple years ago, we had a great team. We had a lot of talent. And that was probably the most stressed I was. I'm sure Anna was very stressed out because the expectations were so high and we had so many talented players.
I don't really focus so much on the opponents. That's another thing I learned from coaching at Marist. You got to worry more about what you're doing on your side of the net, and then everything will take care of itself. And so we can't say that winning a state championship is our only goal. It's going to be out there, I know, and we need to talk about it, but we've got to say, let's play our best volleyball when it matters the most.
Outside of winning, because that's all she does is win, I think it's respect for a girls' sports team. She's built up such a reputation for the program of winning and being truly a powerhouse that can't be stopped, that I think brought a lot of attention to girls' sports and a lot of respect.
I think even aside from volleyball, like taking something from a program that was what they've told us was not anything, and just teaching girls to love the game who would continue to play it throughout the years, I think is really amazing. Like, you have people who will play sports in middle school, but I think most of the girls who play volleyball, they really stick with it, and it's because we love it, and she really helps with that.
The culture here in relation to volleyball is one of the legacies that I really see that Anna's left. When we first got to Pace, when Anna first got to Pace, volleyball was something I think people came out and enjoyed. They didn't have a goal of really competing at a higher level. And she had the vision that it could be done here.
I mean, volleyball is just a sport. You know, it's just a game. You know, what goes on in their lives and how they develop from 14 to 18, which is pretty much when I see the most of them. That's the most important thing. And if they can learn through the sport and be better human beings for it, then I feel like I've done my job.
Thank you for putting me on this team and for creating a program like this for girls that I see younger girls looking up to, which is really empowering. And just creating sort of like a line of all ages of girls. They don't even have to really play volleyball, but all girls look up to the varsity volleyball team, and for letting me be a part of something that special. It's been probably the best part of my Pace experience.